Love Island episode 46. Who knew I had tears in me, guys? Who knew I had any emotion left to give this series of Love Island? Because it's been shit, guys. It's been shit of late. But I was not expecting Ellie to rip my heart in half like that. Seeing her go was... it was emotional. I cried more than Lorenzo. And that's saying something because he loves a wee girl now. I'm sorry, my gate keeps blowing in the breeze and I keep thinking there's somebody coming in. So we had the public vote. We had the 3 bottom girls, which was Mika, Alicia and Martha, with 3 bottom boys, Jordan, Finlay and Samraj. Has everybody forgot about what Simba done? Like, why was he not there? Just confused about that for a start. So the bottom 2 were Jordan and Alicia. Glad to see Alicia go. How nice was Ellie to her on the way out? Does that mean they're all going to be on the same flight home? Is she going to try and steal Finlay again on the flight home? What the fuck? Like, seriously? Anyway, quite unfair that Jordan didn't get a shot. Yeah, I was surprised at him being, like, getting the least votes, but then he hasn't really had a chance, really. So then that left Finlay and Martha and Mika and Samraj. Mika was like, I'm ready to go if you are, only because you think people don't like you. And she's fuming about that. Like, she's fuming about that. And Priya trying to make it all about her, being like, oh, it's because of what you did to me. Fuck up, Priya. It's just because we don't like them. We just don't like them. They're not a vibe. Samraj is not a vibe. I did like Mika. I didn't like... She done Sneaky twice. She done it on Angie. She done it on Priya. They're supposed to be her friends. She was sneaky in her approach. Like, not so much what she did, the way she went about it. Okay, so that's probably why. Not everything is about you, Priya, so shut the F up. Mika saying she wants to leave, and Samraj being like, well, I kind of don't. Yeah, we know, because all you want is to be on TV. Okay? They can't decide who to dump. I think they should have let Martha and Finlay stay. Even though I'm annoyed at Finlay, I think for Ellie's sake, they should have saved them and see if them two could have got back on track. Mika and Samraj, they I don't know. Popularity contest again. It wasn't really fair on Martha, but I get what she was coming from too. She wasn't going to beg to stay, because what's going to happen in the last few days? Is she going to find love? No, she's not. I mean, the only single boy left in there is Ethan. If I was him, I would have walked last night too, because really, what's he going to do? Well, other than enjoy the sun and sunbathe. So they done a vote. Julia was the only one really sticking up for Ellie. She said what I said. Like, for Ellie's sake, he deserved to be saved, I thought. And I loved the fact she kept saying it in front of Mika and Samra. She did not give a flam fuck. She was like, no, I wanted you two to go. Like, I wanted Finlay to stay. Not because I like him, but because I like Ellie. She's fucking straight as a die, and I don't care what anybody says. I like her. So Finlay and Martha are dumped. Ellie immediately says, I'm going. What's the point of me staying? I get it. And that to me is somebody who came for love. And the being on TV, maybe the career out of it, is secondary. Now, I'm not saying they all don't want a little bit of, like, fame or a little bit of something. But to me, I think the love part was priority for her. And she's leaving with him. I hope he doesn't fuck her about. Her and Lorenzo saying goodbye. Why did we not see more of their friendship? Why was that hidden from us? We have seen glimpses of how close those two are, but not the full thing. So I would have liked to have seen more of it. I don't know, maybe I don't watch Best Bits. Was it maybe in that? I don't know. I don't know why we're being shown a load of muck that we don't need to see, and all the good bits are being kept back. Guys, look at the sweat, and I've only started this video. I'm dying over here. Then Yulia saying, I think we made a horrible mistake tonight. While Mika and Samraj are standing there, I was like, she just gives no fucks. Everybody was actually broken. Like, Mika was bawling like a baby, but I think it would be worrying because you don't know why the public don't like you or why they're not voting for you. That would be a mind fuck. So, like, I get that. Like, I fully get that. Samraj, I don't really care. Everybody was so sad getting into bed. Everybody was really subdued. Everybody was missing Ellie. Nobody really mentioned Martha, God love her. Except for Priya and Aidan. They were having a right old time, laughing and hee-heeing and yo-hoing, and I was like, shut the fuck up. We wake up the next morning, what's Mr. Lorenzo doing unaided? Making coffee, like unprompted, making the coffee. Your boy's growing. It's growth. Apparently, sorry, that was my belly. I'm hungry. Oh, that was my throat. I'm hungry-er. Apparently Martha left the coffee. I was like, no, you just are falling in love with Yulia now. Raj pulling Yulia to ask her why she voted that way, I thought was unnecessary, and I don't know, was he prompted to do that? I just thought he was like, we've got something we need to talk about. And then when they went over and sat down, he was being really nice. Then when Mika joined in the conversation, his attitude changed a wee bit, and he was like, I feel like you were rubbing salt in the wounds. And I was like, this is boring as fuck. Like, she explained several times why she voted that way. Like, suck it up. Mika's taking it so hard about not being liked by the public. Samraj doesn't give a fuck. He's so self-centered. Like, all he cares about is himself. I don't even think at this point he cares about Mika, to be perfectly honest. The whole last 5 minutes, the whole Jasmine Cavan thing sort of came out of nowhere, and I don't know whether she's a genius because she's trying to, like, you know, she's been really quiet since the whole they got back together, and now it should be in like, oh, coming up to the final, let's get back on TV. I wouldn't like to think that, because I do think she's a genuine girl. I do really like Jasmine, but I just don't know how to feel about that, and I'm like, I'm not ready to see like that much of Cavan already, because I'm still annoyed at him. But she thinks she's further along than Cavan. Actually, I was going to say I don't get where she gets that from, but after the way he treated her, who can blame her for thinking that? But that's what you get when you forgive and forget too easily. You're going to have that doubt, and she said she's not like that on the outside. Like, she doesn't chase, you know, she doesn't worry, she's never had her feelings not reciprocated. But I do think he feels the same as her. I just think that age gap, I just think, is too much. Like, 21 and 27, it's two different stages of life, and I just don't think, I'm not saying he's immature, I'm not saying like whatever, I'm just saying they're just two different stages of life, and it's too big an age gap at that stage. Now, if they were both in their 30s, I think that's completely different, but yeah, I don't know. But then some boys do mature quicker and are ready for relationships at that age. I think it just has a lot of growing to do, a lot of living to do as well, where Jasmine has a lot of life experience and she sort of knows what she's looking for. However, he thinks they're on the same page, which shows how like unaware he is of her feelings. I think, I'm not sure, like his and Aiden's conversation was confusing to me. Was Aiden trying to tell him to tell her that he loves her, or was he telling him to hold back until they're out? Or he was sort of saying, I don't know whether to make her my girlfriend or tell her I love her. Like, I think Aiden was saying, do what you feel. Like, I don't know. Just like, that was a surprising end of the show. But anyway, yeah, guys, bald like a baby. Oh my god, I'm getting a heat rash. See, I'm actually dying, guys. I'm actually dying in this heat. But what day is this? Is this Friday? Oh fuck, it is on tonight. I thought I was gonna break. Fuck this. When's it over?